Kevin Gabo and the Animals in Comics. Chapter 1. The story begins in a tropical jungle somewhere in Mexico. Animals from different parts of the world live here. Here we meet Kevin Gabo the tiger, who is the protagonist of this story. Then we see Kevin Gabo the tiger talking to the wolves. Then we meet Miguel Rivera, the second protagonist of this story, who is visiting Marty and Kumba, two zebras, who are brothers. Then we meet Bagheera, a black panther, and Charlie, a cheetah. The two of them are racing each other through the jungle. Then we meet Boog the big grizzly bear, who is walking around in a bad mood, expressing grumpiness. Then we meet Angie, an African elephant, and Giselle, a giraffe. They're talking about what they want to do with their lives. Then we see Simba the lion and Nala the lioness. They are talking with Bagheera the Black Panther about a plan to protect Miguel. Then we see Timon a meerkat and Pumbaa a warthog, and Billy Timon's brother. The three are walking peacefully without anything to interrupt them. Then we see Kate and Humphrey, two wolves from the pack, who are talking with Marty and Kumba, the zebra brothers. Then we see Miguel in a tree while he is contemplating the sunrise that rises over the horizon in the jungle. Then we see a man who was listening to the story in a cafe in the city and decides to go to the jungle in a safari jeep. But this man is not important to the story, so we only see him here and he doesn't appear in the entire comic. Then we see Miguel Rivera facing off against One Eye, the toughest leopard in the jungle, whom he wants to kill. After defeating him, the jungle animals celebrate Miguel for defeating him with one eye. Shortly after, the wolf pack argue over Michael's stay. It turns out that One Eye the leopard said he would come back for him. This is where Kevin Gabo El Tigre and his friends decide to be Miguel Rivera's tutors, but on the condition that they teach him how to survive in the jungle. It's been 4 months since Kevin Gabo the tiger and his friends have been taking care of Miguel. One Eye the leopard is stalking Miguel in the grass, although One Eye is camouflaged in his surroundings. The young man is unaware of his presence. One Eye lunged at Miguel from behind, but Miguel manages to dodge him, but in turn causes a stampede of pure animals. The animals started running and Miguel Rivera also ran to save his life. One of the stampede zebras accidentally hit One Eye, who accidentally went through it. The stampede of Cape buffalo, wildebeest, reindeer, impala, springbok, oryx, zebra and a llama is passing over the canyon. Miguel Rivera, for his part, is riding one of the stampede buffalo, shouting battle cries, "Charge my braves!" In a moment of carelessness, Miguel Rivera fell off the Cape buffalo and almost hurt his arm. But when Miguel was about to be trampled by the stampede, Kevin Gabo the tiger appeared to save him. Once safe, Miguel Rivera and Kevin Gabo, El Tigre, began to walk away from there, while One Eye went somewhere else, badly injured by the zebra from the stampede. That same night, Kevin Gabo, the tiger, and Miguel Rivera decided to spend the night in a tree. Once there, Miguel told him everything that had happened and also what his favorite plant was. But while they are in the One Eye tree, the leopard sees them together in the tree and is angry and says, "I couldn't do it this time, I better go think of another plan." Kevin Gabo the tiger tells Miguel the first one to protect you from the dangers of the jungle, among them the leopard, referring to One Eye. While Kevin Gabo El Tigre and Miguel are asleep in the tree, a mandrill and two chimpanzees appear to take Miguel and their two leaders. The next morning, Miguel Rivera wakes up being carried by chimpanzees and mandrills, and cries for help. Kevin Gabo the tiger, for his part, wakes up and discovers that Miguel is not there and wonders where the boy has gone. That is why Kevin Gabo the tiger, accompanied by his friends, decide to look for Miguel, following the footprints left by chimpanzees and mandrills. Miguel Rivera is taken to the temple of the chimpanzees and mandrills, the two leaders being a gorilla and an orangutan. As if that were not enough, the temple is a Mayan temple. Kevin Gabo the tiger and his friends arrive at the scene and begin fighting the chimpanzees and mandrills to save Miguel Rivera. But while they were in that discussion, suddenly the Mayan temple began to collapse and the animals began to run for their lives. After the Mayan temple collapsed, One-Eye the leopard arrives, accompanied by Bonsai the hyena and Yellow the dingo. Upon inspecting the place, they realize that Kevin Gabo and his friends are. After fleeing the Mayan temple of the monkeys, Miguel Rivera decides to train with a panda named Po. This panda teaches her how to defend herself from the one-eyed leopard. He teaches her punch and kick. After training for the panda, they said they would continue their journey through the jungle towards the town of Santa Cecilia. Night falls again and they decide to camp to sleep, and they will continue the journey at dawn. But while everyone was asleep, a green anaconda named Chata appeared and slowly approached Miguel. Miguel wakes up and sees Chata and asks her name, to which Chata tells him her name. But when Chata was about to devour Miguel, Kevin Gabo the tiger appeared to defend him, and luckily he managed to get rid of Chata. After that, Miguel thanks Kevin Gabo the tiger not for having saved him from that evil green anaconda. Elsewhere, Chata is being questioned by One-Eye the leopard. He asks her where they are, and Chata tells him that's over there, and One-Eye thanks her. The next morning they wake up and continue their journey to the town of Santa Cecilia through the jungle. But while they are walking, they enter a cave and start walking on the cave. Inside the cave they started to get on mine cars and go on the train tracks through the cave through the tunnel. During the journey, the wagons enter train tracks surrounded by lava and separate at some point, but the wagons of the Iran 360 mine are reunited again in the style of a roller coaster. After riding in the mine cars for a while, they decide to jump off so as not to crash into each other. After a while they walk around the temple and find a treasure and decide to keep it so that Kevin Gabo the tiger can become the new king. Just at that moment, One-Eye the leopard and Kevin Gabo the tiger arrived and began to fight fiercely. But while they were in that distribution, a stampede of oxen appeared and crushed One-Eye the leopard, killing him instantly, finishing off the enemy. After they defeated One-Eye, they arrived at Cecilia's town and told Miguel to live there so he could have a better life. Miguel Rivera enters the town of Santa Cecilia so that he can live a better life with humans, and one day he will return to the jungle again. Now that Miguel is in the town of Santa Cecilia, the animals of La Selva, led by Kevin Gabo the tiger, now have a new king to lead them and decide to throw a party in his honor. And that's where our story of this comic series ends.